Yo, what is good? My anime faithful, what is good, yo? Let's talk about this tower of goods. And I think I figured out what it is about this show as well. Not just the storytelling that's kind of throwing me off, but one other little thing I noticed. Overall, excuse me, overall, this show has some interesting ways of telling us things that they don't necessarily need to just have characters say. For instance, I guess if the swords of the person who created Black March and Green April, if these swords wind up noticing each other or even have some type of like connection in some sort, it's like going off the rails of it wants to just be let free or something along those lines of the Black March is actually like shaking or trying to get in a battle regardless of the user who controls it. So all of a sudden you're chilling about to get into maybe your next battle and this sword is straight up just or not you're not even about to get in your next battle. You're just chilling on the sidelines and the sword gets so riled up you can't even hold it anymore. I don't know what it was about it, but it was a really good indicator of just what the person who made the weapons clearly put forward for himself and if not for himself, for the people who owned them, the princesses, because now I'm interested why would you give your princesses swords like these nonetheless too like seeing the green lizard as they call her uh use her like attack to the fullest. I do apologize. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, or yeah, it's 9, and I just woke up and haven't talked. I apologize for yawning. But to think that she uses this weapon and our white-haired Killua, he pretty much just summarizes that this shouldn't even be a thing. Like her weapon shouldn't even be allowed to go against other people. And that gave even more of an indicator of how does he know about it, right? Not only does he know about it, but that was his main reasoning as of why he didn't want to fight either, is because that lizard girl was on the crown, on the throne, and it would be almost impossible to beat her with what she's already shown to be capable of. So I thought that was an interesting way of just him giving us more information about him without really giving us any information, right? Without them just being outright and be like, yeah, and he knows about this because he's hunting for the swords or, something like that. And we had a little bit of an understanding that he had, some inkling of understanding of what uh, Bond had or Bang, and because of that, it led to just this unsure feeling of if we could trust that guy, which it looks like we can, but only to like such a degree. I mean, and that feels like with everybody in the show, like we want to trust the guy who's calling them black turtles, but at the end of the day, how long can you trust someone who truly wants to live in the moment in battle, you guys? But since there's other things he's got to do first, he's just gonna wait and then battle you later. Like there's no getting around the point that he wants to fight. So that's kind of my thing with the show is everybody is just working for themselves or working for a higher cause to get somewhere. And it's apparent that that's exactly what they want you to see out of all of this, which I kind of like. But the thing that really threw me off, and the thing that I could kind of tell where this show starts to hit a little bit, uh, hit a little bit shallow, and it's literally actually in the hitting and the fighting. The overall impact in this show is not really there. Like the hits and that stuff like that compared to shows where when they swing a punch and you just see the look on their face and how bad they've taken it. Because there was sometimes where the hits felt impactful, but this week's episode where the green or the guy with the multi swords was fighting the people who tried to take the throne, the sleeping guy and stuff. There was no impact at all with his like weapons when he's going against the multiple people. It was probably the most lackluster thing I've seen thus far in the show was his fight, and I was looking forward to seeing him fight someone other than the green girl, because he usually styles on him, which he did style, and I think that was the other thing about it is he looked stylish while he was doing it, but the show itself wasn't giving him that much of that much like respect, like he's swinging swords and the clashes feel like just two butter knives hitting each other. It didn't feel like something very, very impactful is all I'm trying to say. And that's the first time I could really tell you for sure that fight just wasn't it. And the unfortunate thing is that's like one of my favorite characters right now anyway. Just because he's so honest and straightforward that I don't feel like if we learn too much about him, it's not going to be that ridiculously crazy and whatnot. I mean, I might be wrong. He might be the final boss or something. But as of now, he feels like one of the more honest characters that is just going to have some weird backstory, maybe, or not even have that weird of a backstory and just kind of want better for himself and think he can get to the top. I don't know, but unlike everybody else, he's not a princess, and he's not as lucky as our main character to get one of these swords, one of these issue 13 swords. So I am actually just looking forward to seeing what they do with all this because at the end of the day, it's gonna be a good ride, I hope, because now that we've seen most of what these characters can do, um, seeing what the characters we've been wanting to see, our main cast, man, seeing him just absorb stuff in his bag, which I kind of figured because he put some weird, like he was pulling weird stuff out of his bag all the time. So I was interested in how he was actually doing that, and I didn't think they were ever going to explain it, and they didn't need to explain it because just by seeing what we saw, it's clear that his bag is like never ending or something like that. Something weird along those lines. So, regardless of all that, everybody, I hope you're having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. Please hit me up about Tower of Gods. This show is actually really weird. If I missed anything or misinterpreted anything, I do not mind being corrected. There's a good way to correct people and there's a bad way. Calling me an idiot or something like that and just trying to flex on me is stupid. But if you tell me what I was saying wrong and then tell me that, it's in the show, like I've just mispronounced something or whatever, then I don't mind. But some people just like to be right or whatever, and they always go about it the wrong way of telling people. So just my anime people, keep being yourselves, and it will be fine. But yeah, with all that being said, I can't wait to talk to you guys later today, because I do got to go to work sooner or later. Seeing how I got up early to try to do this video, so I didn't have to worry about it later tonight, and so I can get it to all the other platforms and stuff. I just want to say thank you so much for the support, and I hope you guys continue with it because I will continue putting out as much content as I possibly can for your guys' entertainment. So with all that being said, take care and peace.